Most people who show their portfolios on YouTube or online are either flexing or trying to sell you something. Look, I'm not here to flex. I'm not selling you anything in this video. I just want to show you exactly how I have my accounts set up and why I set them up the way and what each piece is really here supposed to do for me. So this is my entire ETF investing portfolio for 2026, and here is specifically the full breakdown. So here's what I got going on. I've got essentially 3 layers here. Layer 1 is something I call my income floor. Layer 2 is my accumulation, and layer 3 is my active income account. Every dollar I invest usually goes into one of these 3 layers. Nothing is really speculative here. Nothing is gambling. Everything has a job and a purpose. The income floor lives in my taxable brokerage account. This is the money I want hitting my account every single month without me really doing anything, all right? SPYI and QQQI are the tools here. SPYI sells calls on the S&P 500. QQQI sells calls on the NASDAQ 100. I may be replacing these soon. Stay tuned. Both pay monthly distributions. Both are covered call ETFs. The premiums they collect become the income I use for potentially my living expenses, but right now, reinvestment. Right now, QQQI trades around $54. It's up about 8% year to date. The expense ratio is 0.68%. SPYI is the S&P 500 equivalent. Same exact concept, literally the same exact mechanics. The S&P 500 is just more diversified than the NASDAQ. Obviously less tech heavy, less volatile. The premiums are smaller, but the downside obviously is softer than the NASDAQ. The income floor is not about growth, okay? It's simply about cash flow. I'm not expecting any of these positions to like double in 5 years or anything like that. I literally expect them to just pay me every month while I do nothing for that, okay? Next is the accumulation engine, right? And this is split across a Roth IRA and my taxable account. And this is where the long-term wealth is built for me. JEPQ, JEPI, VIG, VYM, VXUS, and VTI in the Roth, SCHD, SPYI, and QQQI are in my taxable account. JEPQ and JEPI are the covered call layer inside of my Roth. The distributions grow tax-free. That's the point. I want the income compounding without the IRS taking a cut every year. VIG is Vanguard's dividend appreciation ETF. VYM is Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF. VXUS is international exposure. VTI is total US stock market. These are the diversified foundation inside of my Roth. SCHD, SPYI, and QQQ are in the taxable account for pure growth and, of course, that dividend growth. SCHD is my workhorse. It's up about 20% year to date. The yield is compressed to around 3.3% because the price literally has run so hard. But the dividend, it's still growing behind the scenes. The companies inside have raised payouts for at least 10 consecutive years. That's the filter SCHD has. This is why I buy it every week. SPYI and QQQ are the pure growth plays. No real options overlay here yet. Right? There's not being used for selling covered calls. Again, yet. I'm buying these consistently, weekly, dollar cost averaging smooths out that volatility. The consistency builds that share count for future covered calls. VU is the set and forget position. It literally just lives in like a SEP IRA I have. I buy it literally automatically. I don't even check it. I literally don't trade it at all yet. It is the foundation that grows without me thinking about it. The SEP IRA is also tax deferred, so the growth compounds quietly. VU is just basically the same as SPY. I own both for diversification across fund providers. But VU in the SEP is the long-term anchor, the thing I do not touch whatsoever, at least until retirement. I'll do covered calls again. But here's how I think about the split. The income floor pays for today. The accumulation engine pays for tomorrow. The active options account pays for right now. The tax location really matters here. SPYI and QQQI are in the taxable because the income is ordinary. I want to use it. JEPQ and JEPI are in the Roth because the tax-free growth of those distributions compounds faster. VIG, VYM, VXUS, and VTI are in the Roth for the same exact reason. SCHD, SPYI, and QQQ are in my taxable because I want liquidity and I want the qualified dividends at capital gains rates. VU is in the SEP because it's just the longest term holding. The money I will really not touch for many decades. Now, here's the third layer that I've got going on. Any additional income I generate really goes into my option selling account. Look, I do not buy and hold individual stocks very often, okay? Very often. Sometimes, but barely. A little bit of Netflix recently, actually. But do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. My equity exposure is covered usually by my ETFs. Look, I am diversified there. I'm not trying to, pick winners. But when I sell options, I usually sell them only on dividend paying stocks. That way, if I get assigned, I'm holding an asset that at least pays me while I wait for a recovery. And that's the ARK option strategy, right? I'm selling cash secured puts on quality dividend names, even sometimes ETFs, collect premium. If assigned, I own the stock and collect dividends while I sell covered calls, right? The wheel strategy. I do not sell options on growth stocks with no dividends. Sometimes, but rarely. If I get assigned on a stock that pays me nothing, I'm just hoping for the price recovery. I mean, we've all been burned by that. And that's not a strategy. That literally is a prayer. I want to be paid while I wait for a recovery with a dividend. But what does this mean for how you should think about your own portfolio? Look, do not copy me right here, right? Copy the logic if you want. Every dollar needs a job. Is it paying for today? Is it building for something for me for tomorrow? Is it working actively? If you can't answer those questions for every position, you're just collecting investments. You're not really building a thought out portfolio. The income floor is for people who need cash flow now, right? The accumulation engine is for the people who need wealth later, who have the time. The active account is for people who want to generate additional income from the market without being those crazy day traders, right? Most people, let's be honest, they need all three. The ratio, though, depends on obviously your age, your income, your debt, and your goals that you have set for yourself. My approach is simple. I fund my income floor first, then I max out tax advantage accounts with my accumulation engine, and then whatever is left just goes into my options account, okay? The priority is always going to be stability first, growth second, active income third. I'm not trying to time the market here, guys. I literally buy SCHD every week. I buy QQQ and SPYI every week. I add VU automatically in my SEP. The consistency is the edge for me, right? Not the stock selection, not, trying to time the market or something, just literally showing up and doing the work and being consistent. The goal is not to beat the market. The goal is to build a foundation that generates consistent income for me from the ARK strategy. VU and the SEP is my anchor. SCHD and SPYI, QQQ are the growth and the dividend layers. SPYI and QQQI are my income layers. JEPQ, JEPI are the tax-free income layers. VIG, VYM, and VXUS are my diversification. The options account is my active layer, okay? So here is my question for you guys in the comment section. Do you have a system for your portfolio, or do you just buy what really looks good that week? Who's willing to share their thoughts down below? And if you're brand new to all this, I cover all this stuff in way more depth in our ARK options workshop. It's the first link in the description of today's video, 90 minutes long. At the end, you get my 15 favorite stocks under $30, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade lock template. You'll find that as the first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.